One day, Lucy walked to school in a cheerful mood because her school was organizing a field trip to the biggest museum in the city. The students got on the bus, excited to begin their trip. After a half-hour bus ride, the students finally arrived at the museum. Everyone felt a little tired, so they were each given a glass of water before beginning the tour. As Lucy walked around the museum, her eyes lit up with curiosity. She noticed a huge dinosaur skeleton standing proudly in the center of the main exhibition hall. "Wow! Amazing!" Lucy exclaimed. "This is the first time in my life I've ever seen such a gigantic dinosaur skeleton." The museum guide smiled and said, "This is a genuine dinosaur skeleton that scientists discovered during an excavation in the desert." Lucy gently reached out and touched the skeleton. The moment her fingers made contact, she froze in surprise. She quietly whispered to herself, "Oh my, this skeleton is fake. It's made of plastic, not real bone." Lucy immediately turned to the museum guide and said, "Excuse me, sir. I think this dinosaur skeleton is fake." The guide frowned and replied impatiently, "You're just a child. What could you possibly know? Please don't interrupt my work." Although the guide dismissed Lucy's claim, he still informed the museum manager about what had happened. A few minutes later, the museum manager approached Lucy and asked politely, "You believe this skeleton is fake? What evidence do you have?" Lucy answered confidently, "The skeleton is made of plastic. I could tell as soon as I touched it. Real fossilized bones don't feel like this. Please ask scientists to examine it. I'm sure I'm right." The manager believed the museum had made no mistakes, but to settle the matter, he contacted a team of scientists from a leading research institute. Soon, the scientists arrived and carefully examined the skeleton. To everyone's surprise, they confirmed that Lucy was correct. The skeleton was indeed made entirely of plastic. They then discovered every other skeleton in the museum was fake too. The scientists immediately reported their findings to the police, who determined the museum had violated the law by displaying plastic skeletons while falsely claiming they were genuine fossils. The official investigation concludes calmly and with dignity. The company president stands quietly beside his attorney, his expression full of regret rather than anger. He acknowledges the scientific evidence and cooperates peacefully with the police. No shouting or confrontation. Lucy watches quietly from a respectful distance, understanding that honesty and evidence have guided justice. Days later, the museum courtyard becomes a bright, transparent refund area under a clear blue sky. Staff kindly assist every family in line, while company representatives sincerely apologize for the mistake. Children happily receive dinosaur books as complimentary gifts. Lucy smiles, not because the company made a mistake, but because the truth helped restore fairness for everyone. The museum's banner is replaced with a new sign announcing that all future exhibits will undergo scientific verification before opening to the public. A beautiful ceremony takes place in front of the museum entrance beneath colorful banners celebrating scientific curiosity and honesty. Lucy, wearing her school uniform and carrying her familiar blue backpack, stands beside the stage, humble and slightly shy. The lead police officer presents her with a beautifully framed certificate of appreciation and says, "Lucy, your honesty, careful observation, and courage remind us that science begins with asking questions and seeking evidence." The audience applauds warmly and sincerely. The next Monday morning, the school courtyard is filled with bright sunshine and cheerful energy. Students in neat uniforms gather in orderly rows for the flag ceremony. The principal smiles and invites Lucy to the stage. She walks confidently yet modestly through the applauding students. The principal presents her with a school certificate of excellence and says, "Lucy has shown us that true learning means observing carefully, thinking critically, and always telling the truth. Lucy bows in thanks and holds the certificate close to her heart as the school choir softly sings. Years later, the image of young Lucy holding her certificate gently dissolves into adult Lucy, standing in a vast golden desert beneath an endless blue sky. She is now a respected paleontologist in professional excavation gear, working alongside an international team to carefully uncover a real dinosaur fossil. Morning sunlight illuminates the fossil as she smiles with quiet satisfaction. Her voice narrates softly. Truth begins with curiosity. Science grows through careful observation. Courage helps us speak honestly, even when others doubt us. The screen fades into a golden sunset as the words appear. Always be curious. Always seek the truth. Always have the courage to do what is right. The end.